Okay, so for recording number 3, we're going to talk about this thing called the McGurk effect. Does anybody know what have you heard of it before?
Yeah.
Oh, what class have you heard of it before?
It was actually on a show called Brain Games.
Brain Games. So what is the McGurk effect?
It's when speech without sound, like if it's b and p or like cat and bat, it kind of looks the same, so you have a really hard time distinguishing. But when there's sound layered over it, it doesn't matter which sound it is. It could be like cat and then bat. It looks like both.
It looks like both. So in the actual classic experiment on this, what they basically did is they had people watch somebody saying something, and they dubbed some sounds in. Have you ever watched some old Japanese movies, even some of the newer Japanese movies? And they actually put sounds in, and so in this classic experiment, they basically had people visually go, ba, and then in their ear, they played a pa. And what they actually found is people reported an integration of it. And this is called the McGurk effect, that it seems that when you're listening to people talk, what do? If you look at me right now as I'm speaking, are you picking up information on my acoustics right here? But are you picking up any other information here? What other information are you picking up right now? Visual information. And it seems that you use both of those to understand what speech is. So this was called, it's kind of interesting, could have been called the McDonald effect, but it's called the McGurk effect. How do you think the people in the world of speech is special responded to this information? Do you think they were happy or sad? They were actually, anybody want to take a guess? Madison, any thought?
I want to say it's kind of both, that they were sad because it's an added element of you need to be able to see someone talk versus just solely listening to somebody.
Yes, so it's kind of an added element, but they were actually quite pleased by this. Speech is special because we perceive both the acoustics and the visual, and that makes speech special. And so there was a big to-do about this McGurk effect, and it's still talked about even now just a little bit, that it seems like we integrate the visual and the acoustic to understand what somebody is saying. That's why speech perception is so simple and easy most of the time. Now the other thing I want to share with you here, and you don't need this for your notes. I was in graduate school, and when I was in graduate school, this might surprise you, I had never taught before. When you're a graduate student, what do? No, you don't teach. When you're a graduate student working at SUNY Binghamton or Virginia Tech or UVA,
You're usually doing research.
you're doing a lot of research. I never wanted to be in front of anybody. And so we took a 1-credit class while in graduate school on how to teach. 1-credit class. What do you think they had you do in this 1-credit class? Here's how you pick out a textbook. Here's how you write a syllabus. That was before PowerPoint slides, but now it would be, here's how you create your lecture-based PowerPoint slides. But the other thing they made everybody do is they made everybody, and they videotaped it, do 1 10-minute lecture. So you could see yourself as you taught. And I'll never forget it. It was my first time actually teaching. And when I got up there, I was being videotaped, and it would be very interesting to watch it. It was on this. I was talking about the McGurk effect. That was my 10 minutes of fame. And you'd see me up there. Audiovisual speech perception was a very interesting phenomenon. And I would stop. And then I would start talking again, and when he showed me the video of what was going on, it was just very obvious that I wasn't used to any of this at all. Actually, I got my PhD, and when it was showing up to Rockford College in Illinois, I realized a lot of graduate students end up becoming teachers. And when you're in graduate school, do you learn anything about teaching? No, you're there to do research. So that's just kind of a little personal aside for you. So the McGurk effect was once again used as an argument for what particular purpose? Speech is
Special.
Speech is special. Speech is processed in a very specialized way in this situation. Okay, so I'll stop that recording at this point.